What could we have done, Dave? We could have ran what we were supposed to run in the fashion it was supposed to be run.
Do you think the way that the team played tonight, if they played that against some of the weaker teams or the other teams that you lost by 1 or 2, you would have maybe 13 or 14 wins instead of only, 9 or 10? I'm just asking.
No, yeah, you're probably right. I just never know, what we're going to do. Seems like when we've made shots, we've missed free throws. When the offense kind of ran, we didn't guard. I don't know.
You just turned it over 16 times. Did you think coming in that something you could do was turn them over a lot?
Well, I think if we do what we're supposed to do, we can turn over just about anybody. I mean, when you put that much pressure. But I don't know. Did I think the fouls, they shoot 34 and we shoot 15? No. I mean, we have up until like a week ago made more free throws than our opposition has shot. Like number 1 in whatever it's called, the Power 6 conferences. And Withy has a lot to do with that. I understand that, but I didn't think we'd get out rebounded by 9 or whatever it was.
The only thing that really separated you was the first 8 or 9 minutes. After that, it was a pretty even game. Anything they did early, they just
Made shots and we didn't. What kills us is execution. The execution down the stretch has killed us. The time we don't get the ball inbounded. I mean, that's criminal not to get the ball inbounded. And it's because we have guys that don't screen.
Coach Murray Eric goes on these upswings, downswings. Seems like he's on the upswing again now. Is there any rhyme or rhythm to?
Well, Jason, he was miserable to start the game. I mean, let's be honest. He was terrible. He was terrible defensively. He was terrible offensively. And I got him out, and, he's kind of sitting there. And I said, man, if you don't want to play, just tell me. I'm good, But we're not going to do this. And to his credit, which I give him a lot of credit, he came back and played pretty good and played with some enthusiasm. And, I think for him, played pretty hard. And I think earlier in the year, he would have just probably wouldn't have responded that way. But, we can't throw him the ball. You know what I mean? We can't throw him the ball. We threw him the ball. You can't do that. They shoot, the way it is, they shoot 54%. We shoot 37, You can't throw them the ball. We threw them the ball. Why am I going to throw it inside so those inside guys can throw it to people for layups? Throw it out of bounds. Kick it up in the stands. Do something. We can get back and try to guard. That's the worst play in basketball. Throw it to the other team for a layup. We're good at it. But a lot of time it breaks down because people don't do what they're supposed to do.
Obviously, this team has struggled to learn these lessons that you're trying to impart. Do you think they realize that if they had played with the effort that they showed tonight, that they'd be in a much better situation?
You guys keep asking me, do they realize? How the hell do I know? I don't know. I mean, honest to God, I don't know. I mean, should they? Yes. Do they? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we've got guys that have done it for more than a year now. It's my fault. I mean, it's my fault. It's my fault that I think maybe they'll change.
I'll ask you another psychological question.
Good. I love them.
Do you think it would benefit Eric Murray's game if he had Jeff Withy to play against every game? Do you think maybe that sparks him a little bit?
Well, I don't. You know, I mean, let's be honest, Dave. I mean, the game plan was not for him to go in and post Whitty. That wasn't the game plan. The game plan was for Dennis to do that. And then he runs in there and posts him, you know, and gets it blocked, stole, whatever. First couple times. And what I wanted him to do was to screen and step back and catch the ball in the circle, which he finally started doing. And then we went a little bit of where we try to open a court where we can drive it, and we just put him in a corner and hope they overhelp and throw him the ball and let him shoot a three. And he made that. And then he made one at the top of the key on a screen that, you know, everybody does. They overhelp because they don't think we can make a shot. And he made a shot. So then we ran a couple sets for him to make a shot.
Going back psychologically on Murray.
Well, you guys are into this psychological stuff, aren't you?
Do you think it's taken him? Do you think it's taken him this long, maybe, to adjust to your coaching methods and not take some of the things you say personal, or if you know what I mean?
Here's what I could answer. If you ask me, have I taken some of the ignorant stuff he's done personal? No. Because I know that. I don't know what he thinks. I think this, Bobby broke his hand last year. And so he really didn't practice with us. Staten practiced every day. Eric didn't practice. Wasn't allowed to practice. Had to get the. It was in his. I think it's in his right. It was in his right hand, so they had to get that to mend. So he didn't really start practicing until the end of the year. Practiced some early, but. So this is really his first year of really being in practice every day, and I don't think they learn much by osmosis standing over there on the sideline.
Coach, it was always been kind of assumed that he would play here the 1 year and then move on. Is that still the case, or can he still develop? Maybe.
It's yet to be determined.
Anything else?
No, I don't know what to tell you because I don't know. Now it's not the time of year that we have those kind of conversations. I think they all understand now that we put a lot of trust in him. I mean, honestly, when they picked us sixth, I said, "There's no way we're going to be sixth." I mean, our seniors are going to step up because our seniors always have stepped up. Obviously, you think your freshmen are going to get better, and the 3 transfers are going to come in and really add to our program. And reality is probably none of that's happened. So now we're 2-5. That's people don't want to hear that, but that's the gospel truth. That's what's happened.
Kansas is ranked second in the country. Does that say more about how good Kansas is or about the quality of college basketball this year?
Kansas is good. They it's not like they're one of those teams that plays, nobody in the preseason and gets ranked, and they play people in the preseason. Bill does a great job. They do a great job, and that they're playing 3 fifth-year seniors. if I'm not mistaken. They're playing a sophomore who practiced with them every day, but wasn't allowed to participate, but did practice with them every day, and is probably I don't know. I mean, what I hear, like maybe a top 5 pick in a draft. So, yeah, I mean, when you got a guy who can really coach, and then you got all that experience, I think they got the best of both worlds. Really, they got experience, and they have youthful enthusiasm. Sometimes when you have 50-year guys, it gets a little, mundane when you're doing the same thing all the time. Then when you have that influx of youth, it kind of rejuvenates them, I think. So I think I think they got a great combination. And the flip side is we're dependent on true freshmen to make shots for us. Now, when you look at stat lines and it says a guy's shooting 32% from the field, he's shooting 24% from three, he's shooting 61, 63 something from the foul line, and he has as many assists as turnovers, you're probably not going to rely on him to make shots. And those are the guys that, we had before that are supposedly, we had a guy shot one today, and I said, do you understand you're shooting 14%? That's not a high percentage shot, man. I mean, we might as well let Dennis go out there and shoot him. As a guy shooting 14%, he may bank one in, who knows? Thanks.